Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
Such a great guy. It's Chris MacDonald, a star in so many ways. And, of course, we were hoping that we were going to see him doing Memories of Elvis on March 28th. But needless to say, it is March the 18th, and we are in a big bind and a very serious calamity here in the world, really. So I asked Chris to come on and tell us what a performer does when something as big as he does, he gets huge crowds. What does he do to cancel this? So, Chris, thank you for coming on today.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. And, of course, I was hoping to promote the concert, as you said.
Right.
But, everything is completely stopped. So the concerts are canceled, private events, casinos, traveling, events. We had stuff that we're going to be doing in Oklahoma and, a tour out west. Everything is completely stopped. And basically it means that there is no postponement date because we don't know when that's going to happen.
Right.
So far, yeah. So individual contracts, when it comes to if there's private events, some of the people can let us know if they want to postpone it to a certain date, and we can do that. But right now, no one is really thinking about that. We just don't know when everything is going to be lifted, and you're going to allow to have more than 10 people together at a time. And it's a weird situation that we as a nation and as a world have really never experienced in modern times.
Yes, I haven't. You're right. And the big thing is that this isn't like some people say, well, it's just a very bad flu. No, it's not. It's a lot more than that, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah. Well, that's the difference with this. It actually, of course, our clientele, our demographic for our show is oldies music, Elvis music. So we do have a big demographic that was there when Elvis was starting and through his career that are basically in that whole zone of this over 60 that they're indicating that are going to be hit the hardest just because of health factors and immune system and so on like that. But needless to say, because of the fact that that is a case, the spread of it can occur from younger people. So younger people have to understand that when they go out, when they do stuff, and when they're wanting to go out and party and have a good time like everybody else wants to do, and they're, large groups of people, you literally, even though you yourself may not show symptoms or be as affected as hard as someone older, you could pass that on to someone that is around somebody that's older. And then they get hit with it hard, and then it becomes a situation where it's a dire health concern. I mean, that's what's happening, and that's why they're trying to keep people from going out into large places, a lot of large groups. And even if you don't feel sick or have the symptoms, you could be getting them within 2 weeks because it doesn't really show up a lot of times.
Yep.
So that's why we need to distance ourselves with people right now and try to, stay home and not do what we normally want to do as a civilization, to consider the fact of people other than ourselves, because we are all in it together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way we have to look at it. It's something
Right.
where we have to follow the guidelines, and things are actually moving more aggressively because they're trying to stop, as they said, they're trying to stop that curve so there's less people that get the virus and less people that spread the virus and less chance of it. So they're trying to bring it down where people will not be harmed, hopefully as much. But there's going to be issues. There's going to be deaths still with people that are at health risk, and there's going to be all kinds of situations going on. I mean, they don't want to panic us, but that's by the nature of the term pandemic. It's panicdemic is what it is, because that's what actually occurs. You have to be really concerned,
Well, I just saw before I came to the studio, New York, and they're just, it's just soaring there, and they're trying to control everything. They're doing this everywhere, San Francisco, everywhere, and it's been like yesterday. I haven't even gone to the grocery store. I do have to go, but I'm limiting what I'm doing.
Sure.
And I'm staying in my house, and they wiped down the studio here, the radio studio and all, but
right.
We hope that we're going to be okay. But, getting into this, so let's say that you were sick. I don't mean with this, but let's say you got sick with something else. How do you cancel a show if you're sick? How does that work?
I haven't canceled a show. I've never canceled a show.
So in other words, let's say you have a sore throat or you can't sing.
Yeah.
What would you do?
If there was a point where I couldn't sing, I would have to postpone it or cancel it. But I have, kind of bared the bullet a few times where I haven't felt my best, and I've done a show because I have people depending on me.
Right.
Not only the people that bought the tickets, but also my production, my band members, people at the venues, the theaters. Everybody kind of, if an artist can't do a show and it's canceled, a lot of people lose money. A lot of individual people, not just the entertainer himself, but the individual people that you support, that support you in the production, they're all affected. So that's why this particular situation, we're shutting down entertainment altogether, even the small clubs and restaurants, bars, and the bigger productions. So you're basically putting so many people out of work and not having any income.
That's right. And
a lot
most
of people
us
too.
don't have savings.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Most of us don't have savings, or small businesses.
Right.
Small businesses, as you're aware of, they're running on their next client's money.
Right.
It's basically
Yep.
you're pouring money back into your business because you have people you have to pay, you have employees, you have vendors. So it's a constant flow of cash. That's why a lot of businesses end up closing, because the cash flow is stopped. There's no way to make business if you don't have money. You got to keep moving forward.
That's
So
right.
this particular event has completely halted commerce. For a lot of businesses that are travel related, entertainment related, hospitality, that's all hit very, very hard because we count on large groups.
Yep.
That's how we make money. We sell tickets to large groups and we entertain large groups, and that whole industry is completely cut off. And hopefully the government is talking about providing financial aid for small businesses and for certain entities and groups with types of businesses. They're indicating travel, which the airline has quite a bit of money and quite a bit of a lot going on there. Of course, they're getting hit, but I think small businesses are the ones that are really getting hit because we rely on that capital of continuing, entertaining people, doing small business work, that you need customers. And if you can't have customers, you can't have anything. It's gone. You're dead in the water. So
Right.
it's just very, very, very rough time.
Yeah, I'm a small business too, and I'm just going to tell you right now that you don't have to worry about paying for that ad right now. That's just, or if ever, because I know how, I was thinking about that, how hard that would be and everything. And we, it's the same thing with a lot of people now trying to get their money from me. And it's like, well, you can't get much out of out of a rock or something.
Blood out of a stone.
Yeah.
You can't get blood out of a stone.
Everybody's going to have to figure out, but hopefully the government will start writing some checks to help people. I don't know how that's even going to work, but we need to make sure that people can eat. And then you worry that is this going to turn into a recession or a depression? And it's. I don't think we have anybody around really that's had enough experience with this.
Well, that's the whole thing. If this effect are indicating possibly, with the closures, that the unemployment rate could go as high as 20%.
Right. Exactly.
That's basically almost depression level of the Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're talking about the whole country, small businesses and regular people being out of work for who knows how long. So it is a very dire situation, and if the government doesn't come through with correcting it or helping, at least doing something, after they did all this with the banks, they rescue the banks with billions and trillions of dollars. If they don't rescue the American people, then then everything falls apart.
Yep. I was thinking, no one's talked about this, but the most important thing is that people can eat too. And I was hoping that maybe the government would cover all these huge grocery stores and just let people go in there and get what they need. Ration it out, but make sure that people would be able to get food so that they can eat and forget the toilet paper. That was a joke. Wasn't that terrible?
Right.
I don't know what that was all about.
I kept thinking about that too. And I guess possibly the only thing I could think of is maybe toilet paper represents civilization.
Ha! I never thought of it that way.
In people's mind, otherwise you're wiping with excuse the expression, you're wiping with leaves. It's like
You're right.
you're going back to pre-civilization.
Exactly.
So in my thought process was maybe that represents civilization to some people in their like DNA.
I was
that
wondering
represents modern civilization.
Yeah, I wonder if people thought they were going to get diarrhea. I guess that's what was on their mind.
Well, that's another thing too. I mean, you don't know. This particular virus does have. It said there's sometimes there is that's involved, but it's mainly respiratory. So,
right.
Kleenex would be something you would need more of, but I guess you can use that.
Yes, and you use toilet
blowing
paper,
your nose
of course.
too.
Exactly.
But it just seems that to me, I kept thinking, what does this mean?
Yeah,
Why would anybody? And I kept thinking, my mind analyzes things sometimes, but I keep thinking maybe that represents civilization, modern times, things that and we can also control it, I don't know.
So,
but when it comes to grocery stores, if they have to stay open. As you can see, restaurants are doing takeout now, but that's another thing too, because you have to have people there to do it. So, the grocery stores need people in there to service people that come in the grocery store.
right.
So that could be affected too if people start getting sick, and so it could be, hopefully things will get better quickly. But there's all kinds of scenarios, and you can make yourself crazy thinking about it, and of course everybody is, and the news talks about it. So we just have to hang tight and listen to what they're talking about, and hopefully they're trying to get things done. And that's all we can do, I guess, at this point.
It's interesting. As long as we have electricity and we have water, because I have lots and lots of oatmeal, lots of beans, lots of stuff that I just keep around. It's not because of this. I just have it. So I could probably exist for a long time. I have cans of...
Well, yeah, I think the water, everything that, you're assuming that that's not affected. I think utilities, water, all that stuff, cable, think about cable and internet. If we didn't have cable and internet right at this particular time,
right,
you're talking about probably mass hysteria if that happens. So I mean, this we have all those things. That's why it's okay if we stay home. I mean, we stay home. There's plenty of ways of entertainment at home through cable, internet, TV. You can read a book. You can socially distance yourself logically, and take care of yourself, and then you can go out as needed to the grocery store. And they are setting up, a lot of grocery stores are being smart, and they're helpful, and they're setting up times that the older at-risk people can go in before others to make certain get their purchases done, go in at different times. If they schedule stuff like that, if they're worried about people being in the wrong place at the wrong time, with people that could be have been exposed to the virus, if they do it this way and they let the older people and people with different conditions, and they separate that as they go into the grocery store, that makes sense too. So there's all kinds of ways that people can work together on this, and make things happen properly. And that's the whole goal: is as together as a world. When you fight something together as a world and make preparations as a world, there's a better chance of things coming through the right way.
This is why I asked to have you on the show today. I knew you couldn't perform, and I know that you couldn't really, well, you could perform, but I know that you couldn't promote your show coming up.
Yes.
But I knew that you'd be pretty smart about what you're doing. From all the years that we've talked, I just knew that. So I was going to ask you, how's your mom? Is she living alone?
No, she's with my sister, and she is fine. And
Good.
they're doing great. Everybody's doing great health-wise. So far, everything is fine. And, thank God.
There's going to be
that's important.
There's going to be more family time. Some people aren't used to having all this family time, which I think is a wonderful thing. But some people don't know what to do with it.
Well, that's the thing too, and as you've probably seen, sometimes the grandparents and great grandparents, it might be good at this particular time if you're out and about as a younger person, it might be good to do some bit of distancing, just because of the fact that if you're out and being exposed to it, and you go see grandpa and grandma, it's a little rough. So that's why the modern technology with Skype or WhatsApp or whatever, video chat, that kind of stuff, Facebook, if you're able to do that, probably with those older people in your lives that you love, it might be best right now. So family time can be in person, or it can be on the phone, or it can be through video chat. You can still have family time, like you're saying, but it's probably better to have a little bit of distancing right now between that situation. If you have people in your family that are older and have conditions, that's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, I know.
Just to be safe.
Right. I know you live in Fort Lauderdale, and someone told me that they were driving up A1A, and the kids are all on the beach the way because it's spring break, and I'm surprised that they're allowing that, to have all these people.
Well, yeah, they're closing the beaches now.
Oh,
I mean, that's what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're closing everything now. They were doing it because they just want to have fun. It's just it's the same thing. Possibly we all were at that particular time frame. When your spring break is spring break, that's what they wanted to do. But I think they're starting to realize that it's not just them in the whole picture now, because they may get through it fine and not show any symptoms or whatever, but they still could be passing this around to other people. And I think that's why the beaches are going to be closed. Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Miami, basically they're canceling spring break. I mean, that's kind of what's happening now, and it makes sense. And it's just going to take some time. It's going to take a few months, and sadly, a few months of no economy,
right,
is it's something that we've never had to experience.
Right, every day is crucial. Every day, so landlords and mortgage companies and everybody's going to have to just relax and give everybody a break.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to artists and musicians and entertainers, now, luckily, like I have, hopefully, I don't even know if this is going to help or not, but I have a YouTube channel where I have videos and I have my recordings that I have available. They're on my YouTube channel. So you can go on the YouTube channel from my website, chriselvis.com. And if you want to, just relax, have some fun, listen to some music, kind of get away from things in your mind for a minute, you can go on the YouTube channel. And all the videos and audio stuff that's on there, you can stream for free. And you can listen to, the music, that kind of stuff.
Perfect. And then, were these from your shows? Was it taken from your actual shows? Yeah,
these are videos from my shows. And also, I actually have CDs that are available on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and streaming on Spotify. So it's all out there. And you can get through to everything on my website, chriselvis.com. There's a link for the YouTube channel where you can watch and listen to the music.
Great.
And then there's also links for the CDs and DVDs on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. But it's just something where at that particular point, other artists, other musicians out there, other entertainers, if you have your music online and you have your videos online, there is a possibility, too, of still making some income during this if people stream or if people buy music. So entertainers and artists basically can still function on the Internet with their particular recordings and their videos. I'm actually thinking about doing something, too, that with all this trouble in the world and all the stuff going on, sometimes you might want to send a message of love or a message of fun or support to somebody.
Right.
So I've actually set it up that people can go ahead and if they want, they can order what I'm calling a videogram, where you can actually give me your relative's name and what you want to say to them, and I'll basically, here in my house, I'll record a personal message and sing a song with music tracks
that you
fabulous.
Request. You're brilliant. See, I knew you'd figure that out. Now, what?
And yeah.
So
then they can go ahead and...
Yes, so what should I, because we can do an e-blast, so send me what the address is for somebody to get that from you?
Sure. Yeah, it's right on my website, chriselvis.com, and it says videogram. Send a video performance of a song with a personal dedication to friends and family.
You're so smart, Chris. That could really be a whole new thing. And you know what? Even after you start performing again, I think you ought to keep that. People would love that.
Well, it's going to be personal because I will actually say, hi, Grandma Nellie. your grandkids wanted me to tell you that they love you very much. They want me to sing "Can't Help Falling in Love" for you, and I'll go right into the song.
Fabulous.
And sing "Can't Help Falling in Love," and it'll be a video clip that they can download. Once it's done, they download it, or I can give a YouTube link where it's a private link, and they can actually watch it on YouTube, and they can forward that link to their family.
Chris, that's brilliant. I knew that you'd see. That's why you're doing the show here today, because that could be that could be something you could do. So go to chriselvis.com, right? chriselvis.com.
That's correct. chriselvis.com, and the setting, the heading there is videogram. It's a picture of me singing to a sweet lady on stage, holding her hand, and it says videogram, send a video performance.
And how do people pay for that?
They can go right there on the website. They just click on the video performance, and then they can go ahead and go through the process of, telling me what song they want and what dedication and all that, and you can pay right there on the website. It goes through PayPal, and they can use Visa, MasterCard, American Express, whatever. And
what does it cost?
Right now, I've got it set at $50, and
Okay.
that's basically to record. It's an individual video.
Right.
I actually literally create the one and only video of me singing that song to them. So it's like there's
Right.
no other. They won't get any other videos of it. No one else gets it but you. It's your own video.
Oh, that's beautiful, Chris. Well, thank you. I'm certainly happy that you're doing that. I think it's hopefully people who are listening now will do it, and then it could catch on fire. Are other artists doing that? Did you get an idea from it?
I don't. I'm sure other artists are probably doing video, like messages where they'll talk to somebody. I think they've got a platform for that for artists to celebrities and stuff to send like a message saying something to somebody. But I haven't seen anything about a song video, where they're literally singing a song and doing a dedication. So this is something that I'm trying to do here and see how it works. And in a way, I'm figuring it's just a little bit of fun, a little bit of love. It could be I've done so many anniversaries, birthday parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. I've done so many parties all over my lifetime performing for special events that I know these events are still going to be happening, these life events. They may not be throwing big parties, but these life events are still there. So you can send a video message to them, happy birthday. Here's a song for you, that kind of thing. And they can go ahead and still send their love, and have some fun.
Right, coming from our Elvis tribute star, that's a wonderful thing to have done. So what we're going to tell everybody is, I know that we will certainly get another date in the future. We don't know when, but when we do, we'll certainly let you all know about it, because the Chris MacDonald's Memories of Elvis is spectacular. I mean, I've attended quite a few of them, and every time I go there, I walk away with a big smile and memories. For me, big memories, because that was really my time. And I just think that he's captured it more beautifully than anybody else. There are a lot of people that you can go and to have a party and you can see an Elvis appears, but it's, as they say, it ain't Chris MacDonald.
Thank you very much. I really love what I do, and it's done as a tribute, and it's all about the music. And we do have August 15th at the Broward Center. It's scheduled, and it hasn't been canceled yet. The tickets are on sale for August 15th, Broward Center.
Oh,
but,
good.
Who knows what's going on. But if people want to check it out and, take a look and get tickets, so far they're still on sale. And we're hopeful that we're going to be through all this as soon as possible, and things will be moving forward.
Right, because they've closed a lot of those performing arts centers, haven't they? Hopefully they're going to open.
All of them are closed, yeah. Every one of them are closed. So you think about all those people that work there and don't have any income coming in. And it's we just have to stay together and just pray and hope for things to move forward quickly. Right.
Well, it's always wonderful talking to you, and I think you've given us a lot of very good information and your caring personality. And I think everybody get on to chriselvis.com, and why don't you have one of those tributes? I think that's a lovely idea, and we want that. We want actually Chris to do well. He's so everything he does is so heartfelt. When you go to his shows, I mean, you just can't. It's hard not to believe he's really Elvis. I know he hates when I say that. I know that. There's only one Elvis. You always say that. But you're as good. I think if he came back, he'd say, wow, I ought to be as good as you. And I know you. Because you really have picked this up well, and the songs are so beautiful. And now, it's interesting. I've heard a lot of new young people, composers and songwriters and performers going back to different music, a little slower, a little bit more sweet rather than all this loud, stuff that was going on. Right. So it may come back. It may really come back big time, even though it hasn't left for a lot of us. But maybe there are young people that don't really know much about it, but they will.
Well, I think so too. And there's a movie coming out on Elvis's life in 2021. Actually, Tom Hanks and his wife, who did get the virus
I know.
In Australia.
Right.
That's the movie they were working on in Australia.
Oh my
was the
gosh.
Elvis movie. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you for telling us that. We'll look forward to it. And Chris, thanks again for taking the time to do this. And good luck. We're going to do everything we can to help you also.
Thank you very much for everything. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.